What up, YouTube family, and welcome to another Pick a Rock reading. This one is on important messages for your Leo season. If you are new here, my name is Paris, aka Elvira, aka Bright Bat, and you can check out more about me on my podcast, which will be linked below. My Patreon also has exclusive readings and content that you can check out, and that is also where you will find the blessings reading for Leo season. Okay, but I'm going to give you guys a moment to tune into the vibes. If you are a Leo, happy birthday, Leo. All right. So let's see what's coming up for group one. Welcome, group one. Happy birthday if you are a Leo. Okay, so let's see, what are the important messages that I don't know why I'm hearing comma, chameleon. You come and go. So some of you may be born in the 80s, or you really resonate with 80s music, 80s rock music, 80s pop music. You could be hearing a lot of that before something significant happens in your life. And it does feel like for some of you this is love related or financially, like career wise, like a major breakthrough coming in where you could already be in this era too, but you're just feeling so financially secure. You're going to have many different ideas on how to make money also, and how to maximize your potential. It could be overwhelming at times because every idea seems good, or every route seems to have some sort of perk. And this could even be within like love options or suitors. If you're someone on Tinder or dating or Hinge or something, I feel like you're going to have a lot of good contenders coming in. And it's kind of like what I was talking about in my story about how Spirit will send us in things, but it's up to us to discern if it's enough. Does it really align with our values? Are they missing certain qualities that we feel like we need? And the same goes when you're looking for a job. Like, Spirit may have been taking a while to bring you in something for a very specific reason when it comes to career. So if you have been unemployed for a while or single for a while, there's going to be like this flux of information. I don't know why I'm hearing it like that. A flux of information and options. And you're going to have to not hop at the first one. You could already be sifting through the list. Sifting through, maybe you've already declined a couple of offers, and maybe you recently got settled into something. But I'm hearing don't stress. If it stresses you out even for a second, just the thought of trying to integrate something into your life, I'm hearing to not even bother. Don't even try. Because your heart knows what it wants. The heart knows what it needs. And that's something that you're going to be learning throughout Leo season is, I know exactly what I want. I know exactly what I need. And there's this element of also purging out people pleasing and really standing firm in what you require out of people, places, things, situations. I just feel like Spirit could be testing that throughout Leo season. Yeah, to see if you're going to be careless about your energy. Because your value has went up. I'm hearing that so clear. Your value has went up since last year. Like, just you've been going through this whole process of really learning more about who you are. So in that, especially in working on your spiritual self, and for those of you who have been out of job or out of love for a while, all of that has not been in vain. There are a lot of perks to taking time. When people don't take time for themselves, they tend to do things blindly. They tend to not think. Like, it gives me the vibe of the negative full aspects where you're just blindly walking. You're not considering the facts. You haven't even taken time to think. There are people who always need to be under somebody or in a relationship around somebody or working 10 jobs at once, busy. maybe you were once like that, but I feel like in Leo season you're not like that anymore, and you're gonna refuse to go back to how you used to be, because you're gonna see how blind it can make you. Like, there could be certain things popping up and you're like, there's just no way that I'm gonna be able to have this all figured out right now, so let me just try to just let go and let God. Like, you're gonna be learning how to pray on situations like, okay, I know I'm confused about this, Spirit, bring me an answer. Or that is a good technique to use, you know, whenever confusing things pop up. Because as I said, there's this overwhelming feeling. It feels like your intuition is actually just coming alive. Like, that's why Spirit is sending you so many different like options, because you're gonna know. It's good for you to know the difference between like when your intuition is saying something is good versus when something is bad. Or you're just doing it for the sake of saying you have something. Because sometimes the Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles can do that. They can be in this very materialistic energy and not really consider, you know, the spiritual side of things. And that's where you're moving into. I'm hearing no more begging for money. And I'm also hearing somebody could be begging for something from you, okay? Or demanding more of you. It doesn't feel necessarily bad. Like, some of you who have just came into something, it's meant to ignite a fire within you. I feel like there is something that's going to happen that just ignites this, I don't give a fuck if I hurt people's feelings or not. I gotta do what I gotta do. Because it's if you don't have a backbone, you will fold so easily. You guys have been learning that over the last 6 years, I'm hearing. Building this backbone, and it's finally equipped to go out, okay, and defend you. You've been learning how to defend yourself also. From energy vampires, from trickster spirits, from demonic forces, from addictions. You've overcame it all. That's why life is going to feel a little bit easier when you're going through stressful things. You know, because sometimes we just can't help the things that we're meant to learn. Some of us, we have specific lessons where we're meant to learn how to stay strong in the face of opposition. And, you know, specifically with my life purpose, I've came into this life with a lot of people, with a lot of spiritual forces that automatically were destined to always try to pull at me, because I agreed to learn that as a soul, how to protect myself in the face of opposition, because that was something I lacked in a past life. So there's something that you're building within yourself because a past life version of you didn't have it. And I feel like what you're building is a sense of putting people aside when they need to be put aside, and learning how to value your worth. So you could have had a lot of people in your life trying to get things out of you. Maybe they succeeded, but you will always catch it. You're getting better at when you catch it, you're not even going to try, okay? So, because I feel like younger you would just be like willing to put your heart on the line, knowing that things were not going to go in a certain way, but you're kind of done with that now. And this is a past life lesson coming to completion so that you can, because it seems before you get something real in love, or it feels mainly in love or friendships, community, some of you have a false idealization of self or something, like a false, I'm hearing false twin too for some of you. Someone could be connected to somebody who you aren't sure if this person is your twin or not. It's okay to let it go for now. Let it go in Leo season. If they are your twin, there's always going to be some sort of valid confirmation. So It's just a lot of different messages. I'm sorry if I'm jumping around, but somebody wants to know if somebody is their twin, and you're going to get your answer once you let it go. So somebody needs to know that. Yeah. It's been stressing you the fuck out trying to figure this out through other people. It's because it's a more grounded, rooted information that wants to find you when you're kind of chilling, not when you're trying to like find answers about something. So that's also something to be aware of throughout Leo season. Yeah, try to find time for you. Because you're afraid to look at something, but it's like you're being forced to. It seems like Spirit has like pushed you down this river, and you've ran into this aspect of yourself that needs attention. It's something I've been working through too. Like I wasn't even noticing it, but I have this I can tend to evil eye myself and be like just this part of me that was created to always please others. So whenever I do something the opposite of that, that voice comes through, and it manifests as, oh, how did that make them feel? Are they going to be mad at you for doing that? Did you say it right? Did you do it right? And it's just sometimes when I would feed into it and trying to like, gauge how the other person felt, I would drain myself so much. And then guess what? I don't end up doing many readings that day, getting many bookings, because I've drained myself, with this such a small fleeting thought. So you guys are going to be catching yourselves like, does this require my energy? Like, do I really need to pull cards for this, or watch a reading, or get a reading for this? Or am I just like looking for validation that's never going to feel comfortable until it comes from within? It's like I said, before, you can get so many readings, but if you don't believe it's possible for you, nothing is ever going to make you feel good. It doesn't matter how many readings you get, how many readings you give yourself. You have to kind of work on believing that something that Spirit has said is going to happen for you too. Instead of like always trying to get a prediction. That's for someone in particular. Readings are a snapshot of where you are. So it's okay to get a snapshot and like ask, are you aligned with your highest timeline? I do that every here and there, and it helps, because then if I'm doing something wrong, I'm told right then and there. If I'm doing something correctly, then I can move forward more confidently. So maybe some of you could be getting like a check-in reading, but I'm hearing after that, you only need to come to Spirit when you're genuinely confused. But there are just certain things that you have already gotten the answer to that Spirit is like, listen, if you knock on this door one more goddamn time about this little boy, or this little girl, this little day, we got some words for your ass, all right? Yeah, the ancestors especially don't like when we're very pressed, okay? I mean, the guides in general don't like that. So, because just imagine somebody constantly calling you, okay? That's how, especially if you read with your guides, I personally like connecting with my higher self, and my intuition, and just the truth. But, guides they tend to have a more clearer view of what you're going through in the current. So that's why it's good to get messages from guides, because it's like somebody watching you from the outside in the current, versus like when you're connecting with your higher self, it's like you're getting more of internal energy, like spiritual internal energy. Your guides are really good for telling you like if somebody's stalking you, if somebody's doing magic on you, if somebody's same with ancestors and guardian angels. But yeah, it's something where it's like I was saying, just imagine your phone ringing like every 5 minutes, and it's like somebody asking you the same question, and you're like, I just told you. So someone could be dealing with some frustration from their guides. That may not be for everybody, but yeah, you would know because they already told you, listen, can you back off? Can you back off? Can you like take a chill pill? Everything's good. Everything's mellow. So that's something that you're going to have to remind yourself of throughout Leo season. Okay? That's mainly what I got for group 1. I'll see you at the next one. People out. What up, group 2, and welcome to your Leo season important messages reading. If you're a Leo, happy birthday. If you guys want to check out the blessings portion, that'll be on my Patreon exclusively. I believe it's at $4.99 a month, and you get weeklies, mid-monthlies, and exclusive pick reads. But yeah, let's see. What are the important messages? That rattling noise. Damn. You don't want to do it, but you have to move away. Maybe you recently moved away from somebody or cut somebody off. And it's not like you feel sad about it, but I feel this person is still like entwined in your energies or wrapped up in your energy. So someone may need to do a cord cutting or get rid of things that this person gave you. Somebody really just walked away or quit a job. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who recently did this. Maybe you're entwined in something and you feel guilty about it. Let me see it. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what that rattling noise is. One second. Okay, but let me not let that drive me insane. But you could be feeling guilty for walking away from something or quitting something, but at the same time not. Because you just know that you made the right choice. And you know that if you have not made this choice, this is your confirmation that what's on the other side is a glow up. But you've been doubting it. You've been doubting it a lot because you don't know if you're capable of bringing to fruition whatever is on your heart. For some of you, this does have a lot to do with your foundation and your stability. Like, you don't want to be broke, but you also don't want to deal with somebody anymore. Or you don't want to be homeless, but you also don't really like a situation that you're living in or staying in. It just feels like a little bit of a dilemma between what you can create for yourself in the physical versus like what you really wish to create for yourself, like internally and within your heart. So the first thing you want to ask Spirit is to clear away all the blockages that are keeping you from moving into your higher timeline. Because there are a few things that I feel need to be cleared out before you can truly manifest. It could be an impulsive spending habit. It could be an impulsive addiction, or maybe some of you have been too addicted to the material world, like, and making money. And I know it's hard to pull yourself out of that. But Spirit kind of feels like some of you have gotten a little gluttonous a little bit. Because you see how she's dining here? Maybe some of you have started like overeating, or you have these bouts of like eating very unhealthy. And it's nothing to feel extremely guilty about, because I'm also hearing ascension symptoms. So there are some ascension symptoms that you're going through where your body is just going to be doing things that you don't even really understand. Like, I know, like the other day, like, it's like some days I'll have an appetite and then other days I just won't. Some days I'll wake up with wanting breakfast. Other days I won't. And it feels like that's something you're going through. But you're trying to change this. It's like you're trying to change something that you feel is a problem. Maybe even if it's like engaging with somebody, or constantly checking somebody's social media, or constantly wondering about one area of life. Whenever you're going through that, it's good to pray that you're always focused on what you're meant to focus on. It's a really good intention. And sometimes, yes, you got to focus on that thing that's been coming to mind and also release it. But I don't feel like some of you have had that time yet, or you're in the middle of it. Because as I said, you don't want to miss out on the bag, or you don't want to miss out on anything. You're kind of like locked into, maybe you have been successful in one area of life, and Leo season is going to be pulling you into another area. Like Spirit is going to be like, it's fine for you to not worry about this area of life anymore because it's under control. So there's going to be a confirmation that, like, if you were worried about your money for a while, there's going to be a solution so you can start focusing on your mental health, or getting certain things for your home, or I'm here for your pets. Maybe some of your pets haven't been to the vet in a while. Maybe you haven't been to the vet in a while. So I feel like things are going to be slowing down so that you can get checkups, just get check-ins, slow down, check in with your body. It's not going to be super fast-paced, nor do I feel like Spirit wants things to be super fast-paced for you. Because it's been a while since you've recharged your batteries. It's been a while since you felt genuinely happy, you know, and you've been content. Don't get me wrong, you've been content, but it's more, it's like I'm hearing, there's gotta be more to life than just about every temporary high to satisfy me. So I love that song. But she says, like, I got it all, but I feel so depressed. Like, that's the opening line. And it's because some of you have really put a lot of value into how much money you make, or how much you make other people happy. And when they're not around, when you got days off, or when you don't know what to do, it's like you feel a little empty. But it's just because you're learning how to fill that space back up, you know, with things that feel creative in nature. Maybe some of you need to get back into drawing or scrapbooking or something artistic. That could be something that you feel drawn to do. Some of you could get back into modeling. Somebody could get back into modeling or fashion. Yeah. Just back to your avatar, okay? It's okay to like lock into your physical world, which you guys have done. But sometimes you got to pour a little TLC into you. And that's what you're learning. So you may not even want to go to work all the time. So if you want to call out, sometimes I'm hearing to take your sick days if you need to, your vacation days. Yeah, especially if some of you work remote and you need to like set timers for when to get outside. Excuse me, throughout the day. I know I can kind of get, I do love to get outside every morning, because that changes the whole direction of the day. So someone needs to get outside more in Leo season. That's why you haven't really been feeling like yourself. Look, it's like get a little wet, you know, hop out in the rain. Okay, when it rains, hop out, because the rain is very cleansing. Yeah, let your hair get a little wet. Yeah, I'm here to let your hair down. Okay, so if you have been stressed about a situation, I feel like Leo season, regardless of if the solution is there and by the end or not, you're still going to feel like, I just need to chill. Okay. So that's mainly what I'm getting for this Leo season reading. I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace out. What up, Group 3, and welcome to your Leo season important messages reading, and also happy birthday, Leos. If you want to check out the blessings portion, it'll be on my Patreon. My Patreon is $4.99 a month, I believe, and comes with exclusive weeklies, mid-monthlies, and exclusive readings in general. Let's see what's coming up for all Group 3 listening. It's like I was saying to group 3, so maybe you guys listen to group 3, but I was singing that song, there's gotta be more to life than chasing down every temporary high. So it's that same type of like boredom feeling, and how she said at the beginning of the song, I got it all, but I feel so depressed. And some of you are actually coming out of that. So maybe you were in a Cancer season funk, but you're going to be coming out of that and finding the beauty in life again. While others of you, there's still a sense of like feeling a little humdrum, bored with your reality, and you're just coming to terms with where you are in the present. Yeah, after a while of changing your mind a lot. Maybe you were changing your mind a lot about paths, or if you should take a break from something or somebody, if you should stop something, and that alone was tiring you because it made you question your value, or something came up and made you question how much you value yourself. That could also be something that's happening in Leo season. Yeah, take yourself out of victim mentality as well. I also feel if someone is an artist here, so many different ideas are going to be hitting you, especially by the end of this year. Like, you're going to be at a creative peak by then, but I feel like it's starting now. You're going to want to avoid trends, and also like studying too much social media. And then what's interesting is that as you do this, there's like a uniqueness about you that's going to go viral. So that's for somebody who's like in the public eye already. You're going to do something that's viral, or finally get some sort of accolades that you deserve, you know, whether online or not. You're just going to be feeling appreciated by spirit once you stop undervaluing yourself. And I know that the theme of this Leo season new moon, I think the new moon was yesterday, but it's focused around new love, not new love, but I guess you could say that, self-love and expression and all of that. And I really feel this could be my group where you are actually a fire sign, so you're very affected by this energy. And I'm hearing pump it up. So you're getting a major energy boost too, like in clarity. That's going to drive you forward through each day. You're going to know exactly what to avoid, to just not fall into that negative push-pull energy, or that constantly changing your mind energy, or constantly fearing your future. There's just going to be 100% faith. You're going to be locked in with spirit. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is you and spirit. Like, that's your twinning them. Like, you twinning. So you're going to be feeling super synced in with the divine, and just understanding every single message, understanding when something is trying to come in and ruin the disruption of your day, which is very important. I got this very like biblical high vibrational energy for a second. So you guys could be having these very divine downloads, or divine blissful moments where you just feel so carefree and just like so excited for your future, and not even really being able to like explain why. You just, something good is coming on. A little West Side Story for y'all, but that song, Something Good is Coming, I think that's what it's called. Something's good, but you have a good sense that everything is going to be okay. And yeah, there are going to be days where you wish it just happens, but it's already on the way. So don't even worry about the who, what, when, where, why. I feel like when you get caught up in, okay, like I've been having like all these good days in a row, like, so something's bound to happen tomorrow, right, spirit? And sometimes when we're in that energy of basing like life as like peak moments, okay? Every day can be a peak moment for you. Spirit is saying maybe you are working towards something and it has you motivated, but you're still kind of putting a lot of emphasis on reaching a period of life, and that's just, you're like, that's just going to be when everything is amazing, you know, when I have this savings, or when I have this, or, and yes, while that may be true, you still got to worry about the version of you now that needs stimulation, that needs attention. So this is a good time to try to maybe exercise your body more, to just get out all this pent up energy. Maybe joining a fitness class or getting into a fitness routine, if not already. I feel interacting with others is going to help you to kind of quickly get to where you want to be. So you may need to become more social. That's for someone in particular. Like, affirm that spirit helps you. Because some of you can be kind of reclusive, you know, to yourself. And you're okay. But we all deserve interaction, okay? And I feel like the reason that someone in particular closes themselves off is because they feel like it's not really important. But it is important, you know? It's not like you gotta be up under people 24/7, but some of you haven't had a friend in a while, or some of you haven't had a deep conversation in a while, or maybe some of you haven't been around children. I don't know, I'm hearing different things that would just kind of melt the ice off your heart a little bit. So I feel like tender, sweet things could be happening to you that kind of get you to believe in love again, or believe that you can feel a certain way again. This gives a vibe of like crush, like maybe ever since you broke up with someone, or they dumped you or something, you haven't had a crush, and then someone comes in and it's not even like they're the one, but it's like it just ignites something within you. And I know I had something like that happen recently where I was like, oh my gosh, I genuinely like this guy. But of course I knew like we were so different that it was fun to play around with the idea and feel that like, oh my gosh, I still feel that way. Because after my breakup for a while, it's like the thought of it seems so impossible, like to feel that way again about somebody, or anything for that matter. And sometimes you don't realize it, you know. It's not like you're walking around trying to be this grumpy person, but it's just sometimes you just, when something so triggering and traumatizing happens, you kind of just assume that, especially the wounded inner child in you, it kind of just assumes that that's not for us. We can't have that, okay? We'll never do that again. Sorry, spirit, for even trying to love, okay? Someone has been in that and don't even realize that you've been in that energy. Like, you're so closed off, and it could come off as like icy sometimes to certain people, you know? And spirit don't want that for you. They don't want people to look at you. It's not even like it's cemented in that people feel that way, but there have been moments where, you know, you could have been a little nicer, friendlier, you know, with certain people. But yeah, especially at work, or maybe in the home if you live with certain people. But yeah, you're trying. I'm trying to not be like that. Because it's like, I'm hearing, I'm a bitch and a male. I'm a bitch. What's that song? I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. I'm a child. I'm a mother. I love singing like that. Well, I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. Let me stop. But spirit is like, you can be all those things, okay? But let's kind of like step out of our bitchy era. Okay, that's for someone in particular. That may not be for everybody, okay? If you're like, I'm literally doing so well in my connections, that's not for you, babes, okay? Remember, this is a collective reading. But yeah, overall, some little attitude adjustments are coming up for some of you. Just getting a little chip off your shoulder, becoming more present, not really centralizing, you know, your life on one thing being like the major pivotal moment. Every day that you get up is a pivotal moment. It's a day to do something different than the day before, and think differently than the day before. Okay, so that's, I feel, the motto for you throughout Leo season. Okay? I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace out.